Welcome to another episode of SBT Bodyweight Training. Today we are going to do a hiking endurance training session featuring Lauren Kuschner. To lay out this hiking endurance training session, there are going to be 3 blocks of training, each with a minute rest between, and each block is going to be a 3-round for time effort. The first block is 3 rounds, 4 time, deck squats, 12 reps, push-up to shoulder taps, 12 reps, leg flutters, 24 reps. Then we'll rest 1 minute in between. Here's the movement demo for deck squats. From a standing position, you're going to sit down, roll back, swinging your legs up towards your head, and with the momentum coming back, you're going to plant your feet and then stand up all the way. Should be one fluid movement. The movement demo for push-up to shoulder tap. In a push-up position with your shoulders stacked over your hands, you're going to go down into a push-up where your chest touches the ground, and at the top you're going to do opposite hand to opposite shoulder. A scaled version of this would be going to the knee push-up. Keep your core as locked in as possible. And lastly, leg flutters. You can support your hips by putting your hand underneath your butt, or your hands can be at your head or overhead. Flutter those legs as efficiently as possible. Again, to go over the first block, 3 rounds, 4 time, 12 deck squats, 12 push-up to shoulder taps, 24 leg flutters. Then we're going to rest 1 minute. So get your watches ready. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. that was time for Lauren Kuschner. Great job. The next block is 3 rounds for time, 6 squat jumps, 6 push-up, hand release, and 12 V-ups. Let's go over the movement demos for this. Starting with the squat jumps, you're going to squat down to where your hips are at or below your knees, and then you're going to jump up as high as you can get. If you can get triple extension at your hips, knees, and toes, that is the best. Next is the hand release push-up. You're going to press down into the bottom of the push-up, release your hands at the bottom, and then press back up to the top. You can scale this by going to your knees. Try to keep as locked in as possible with your core. And lastly is the V-up with your legs straight and your torso strong. Start from an extended position and then V up to where your hands touch your toes. Let's go over the block 2 again. 3 rounds for time, 6 squat jumps, 6 push-ups with the hand release at the bottom, and 12 V-ups. Again, we'll rest 1 minute before the last block. Here we go, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. And that was time for Lauren Kuschner in the second block. Going over the third block now, 3 rounds for time, 3 kneeling jump to stabilize, 30 plank running dynamic, and then 60 jumping jacks, 3 rounds. Let's go over the movement demo. This is the kneeling jump to stabilize. You're going to start on your knees and with momentum from your arms and your hips, jump up to a squat position and then stand. Make this as dynamic as possible. Next is going to be plank running, also considered mountain climbers. Starting in that plank position, alternate legs, bring those feet up to the hands. And lastly, jumping jacks. Make these as quick and dynamic as possible. The goal of this session is to have a higher heart rate and a little bit more explosive. Again, going over this last block, 3 rounds for time, 3 kneeling jump to stabilize, 30 plank running, and 60 jumping jacks. 3 rounds. Keep your watches ready. Here we go, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go.
jumping jacks. I feel like each one of those rounds had one component that was the most challenging for me. So during the first round for me, it was the push-ups. During the second round for me, it was the V-ups. In the third round, the kneeling jump to stabilize is definitely the hardest movement for me. So get ready for a triplet. You're in for a treat.
If you're interested in learning more about sailing performance training and our sailing specific training plans, please visit our website or YouTube page. We look forward to speaking to you soon.